Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air getting standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Live from the Volvo 780 studios in Anywhere, USA. This is JJDrones Live. And now, here's JJDrones.
And it's JJDrones Live, coming to you live from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you, everybody, for coming in to the program. If you would like to have your video featured on my website, you can email me, Jason at JJDrones360.com. And for everything JJ Drones related, you can also go to JJDrones360.com. And if you'd like to help financially support the program, you can go to JJDrones360.com/Amazon1. And by going there, you can do your shopping on Amazon and you can support the program all at the same time without spending any extra money. And then if you want to truly financially support the program, you can go to paypal.me/JJDrones. Welcome to the train wreck. It is Sunday, and it is our Sunday get-together. I also have a call-in number for later on in the program. If people want to call in, it's 608-492-1977. That's 608-492-1977. I thank everybody for coming in today. We've got a new person in the chat today. We've got Clint Garrett. Clint, thank you so much for coming into the show. If you would be so kind, let me know how you heard about me. I would appreciate that. We've got Stormy Sky Roll Productions. We have got my dad, Dave Johnson. We've got my mom, Nancy Johnson. It's Nancy Naylor. And then we've got Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors. He is in the chat. We've got Chris from Shade Tree America. Welcome, Chris. I appreciate you being here. We've got Kathy from 906 Quilting Services. We're going to talk about her a little bit later on in the program. And we've got Keith Doc Reed. Keith is basically the ultimate moderator. And Ottercat says, Albuquerque, what's up, Doc? That's right. Can't make a wrong turn in Albuquerque because you never know what's going to happen. I thank everybody for being here today. And we're going to have a little bit of a serious part of the show, and then we're going to have a little bit of fun. But I just wanted to bring up two of our regular guests that are usually here on Sunday. After I turn off the fan, because this fan is driving me nuts. So we've got from Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, we've got Gary. How you doing, Gary?
Pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing good. And we've got the droning veteran.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you, but I've got, when I pulled you up, we got like a fan or something going on in the background.
Is it from me? I don't have a fan in here.
No? Hang on.
There's a little bit of
Mute.
a humming sound, but
Yeah, it's a humming sound. It may be, you may have like your power cord too close to something.
Let's see.
Do you hear any humming?
I hear something, but I hear crickets too.
that's me.
Well, that's scary. I know that, but
Yeah.
Dan, go into your settings, go to audio,
Let me yell.
and bring your
Hold on
bring your
second.
mic volume down in that setting there.
maybe. Is that better?
Yeah, that's getting better. That's good.
All right.
And
Yeah,
I don't know if you're freezing up because of me or if you're freezing up, period. But it may be my internet. I connected my Wi-Fi. Hey, Bobby, thank you so much for coming in. Hey, Paul, thank you so much for coming in. Exploring with Drew, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And we've got Christian from Mainlight Drone. Thank you so much for coming in. And we've got Lee Iverson, my stepdad. He's in here today. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Got a full house today. 19 people in here. Thank you so much for coming in. I do appreciate that. So I wanted to bring up a scenario. And I want to see basically a reaction from Dan and from Gary, and I wanted to see what the reaction is from the chat. And here's the scenario. I was going to work on Friday, and when I was going to work, I normally stop at McDonald's. One of the things that is kind of my guilty pleasure at McDonald's is a McChicken sandwich with extra mayo, cheese, and bacon. And Dan knows this very well.
Yes.
So I was on my way. I hit the drive-through, and I used the mobile app to go through the drive-through like I normally do, and gave the person the code and went up to the window to basically, get my receipt from the cashier at that window. So she handed me my receipt, and before she did that, she actually thought it was the car that was behind me. So she gave me the total that they had, which was like $4.35, something like that. It wasn't very much. So I said, no, I'm Jason. I should just get a receipt. So the lines in front of me didn't move for like the longest time. And so she opened up the window again, and she said, you haven't moved yet? And I was like, wow. Okay. I don't know why the line's not moving, but I'm still sitting here. And so she said, well, I hope that, the line gets moving here shortly. And then I caught her right before she closed the window again. I said, the people behind me are, their bill's only $4.35. I've got $5 in my wallet. And so I handed her the $5, and I said, go ahead and pay for the people behind me, and put the change in the McDonald's box there. And she said, are you sure? I said, yeah, it's no big deal. So I pulled up finally, get up to the window, and they said, okay, it's going to be 3 to 4 minutes before you get your food. So just pull ahead. And I watch as the car pulls up to the window, and they get their food right away. And as they drive past me, I'm kind of expecting, like the typical,
Hello.
wave, like, thank you, or, roll down the window and say thank you, or something like that, nothing that's a big deal. Okay. It's $4.35. I'm not, doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here. But when they pass me, they look at me with this very strange glare. And I was taken aback by that. I mean, it's $4.35. I'm not, like I said, I'm not doing anything that is going to, change the planet. But I've always heard of these people that would do this nice thing for other people by paying for the bill for somebody else through the McDonald's drive-thru, and I figured I would do the same because I never had a chance to do that before. And I was in a position and I had the time, so I took the time and I actually did that. And the glare that I got wasn't a nice one. So do you think that the people were ungrateful? Were they kind of, scared to say thank you, or what do you think the deal was? Because I don't really know. Dan, Gary, your thoughts?
Well, I think, I mean, it could be possible that they was, a bit taken back and in shock. But, still, I mean, if somebody bought my food, I'd be like, hey, thanks, appreciate it, pay it forward.
Exactly.
Whatever.
It's so weird. I had this premonition, if you will, about this live where it could be going, and I truly believe in pay it forward February. So I'm proud of you for what you did, because that's so cool. There's so many things we can teach our youth, or just do things to help you. You could take a dozen donuts to the fire department. You can buy a police officer a cup of coffee. Most of them get it free anyway. But there's a lot of things you can do. Like down here in Florida, it would be really cool. Take 2 dozen donuts to the Florida Power and Light. We were out of power for forever down here. There's a lot of things. But what you did, you've done nothing wrong. When the time's appropriate, I would like to share some incidents about people miscounting money in a transaction similar to what you went through. So I'm going to let you have the floor back. Obviously, it's your platform.
Okay. And Gary, you're more than welcome to share that information with you. I'm just going to go through some of the comments that are coming in through the chat right now. We've got Ted saying, yeah, right, the lady charged them, kept your 5, sucker.
Probably.
And then, I mean, it's possible. And then Kathy says they were probably never taught manners, which is also a very good possibility. Ted and Bobby says, that's not right, Ted. Of course it's not. It's Ted's comment. Drew says, we call it pay it back when we drive through Tim Hortons. So there is a phrase for it up in Canada called pay it back. And I think, if more people did that, it would definitely, I don't know, it would just be a nice gesture for some people. And Chris agrees with Ted. Christian from Mainlight Drone says, I have heard it gets confusing for the employees. Now, and that's the thing, Christian. I'm going to address this right here because it couldn't have been very confusing for the employee. Number one, because I was right there at the window and she tried to charge me for their bill in the first place. So she knew exactly who the people were. And I did see her put the cash into the register and put the change into the McDonald's thing. So I know that it wasn't something where she pocketed the money and kept it for herself. So I'm aware of that. But as far as it being confusing for the employee, I don't take it as that, because she did know exactly who I was paying for while I was sitting at the window. Keith says McDonald's worker kept the money and never told him. And again, I don't think that that's accurate. Paul said they were just mad they didn't order more food now that somebody's paying. That could be true. That could actually be. I know Paul's joking, but I think it's always a possibility. And maybe they're like, well, if I would have paid more, would you have still paid? Well, no. Because I had $5 in my wallet, and I wasn't looking up to spend a fortune, but I was just trying to do a nice gesture for somebody that day. And then Jenny and Steve said they could have just given you a little wave at least, and that's what I'm saying. The wave. When we drive down the road as truck drivers, when we recognize each other, we wave at each other. It's just a nice gesture. If you do something nice for somebody, you just expect, a simple wave. But what were you going to say, Dan?
I totally forgot.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to-
Sorry about
I
that.
can chime in with
I-
something. What you
Go
did
ahead.
was what I would call McKindness. All right, what you did was very kind at McDonald's, so we're going to call that McKindness. All they had to do was give you a Mc thank you. You know, that's it. You know,
Right.
it's simple, basic. Human. You know, if you hold the door open for a lady, you know, the least she can do is say thank you or acknowledge you or, blow you a kiss or something. But
Bobby says, come buy my burger, Jason. I'm a poor retired government worker. We just got done talking on your live stream on Friday, Bobby, about how retirement is fantastic, and I need to go back to work to support your retirement. And my dad says, let me know when you're going through again. I will cozy up behind you. And Ted says that he can get Dan a DGI gift card. That's
DGI gift
very
card?
nice of him.
I like it.
pay it forward February.
There you go. Ottercat says we had somebody pay for our meal one night, so I gave the waitress a tip for the total. I mean, there you go. Go ahead, Gary.
I've done that before.
All I was going to say is, what, I truly believe in pay it forward February. And, what would you do? Like I gave an example, dozen donuts to the fire department or whatever, like I would love to hear some other people's comments. What can they do? What do they want to do, or they don't want to do? I just kind of like, I think you're on a good road here, Jason, with what you did today. Or
Gary, go ahead, Dan.
Oh, I was just saying, or somebody paid for my meal a couple of times when I was in uniform. We'd get that a lot, especially after 9/11 struck. But I'd always just pay the waitress and the amount of it in the tip.
Right.
I don't know. I guess that's the way. I felt that was fair. I mean, I appreciated the gentleman that bought me my food. And it was only like $10-15, but give it back to the waitress. I mean, they're only making a couple bucks. They slaved away, so.
Right. And Bobby said I watched a movie like that one time. They called it Pay It Forward, and I think that movie was back in the 90s. And you could correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. Christian, if somebody behind me had a huge order, I probably wouldn't have paid for it. If I didn't know what the total was, I probably wouldn't have done it at the time because I only had enough for what I was getting and just the $5 in my wallet. So that's all I had at the time. Alvin Lewis is in here. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. And Jenny and Steve said, people have been horrible lately. At work, we are all sick and tired of people and their I want it yesterday attitude. And I think Dan and I can pretty much sympathize with you on that.
Yes. There we go. Oh,
Chris said, I had a McDonald's worker refuse to let me out of the store once. I went in to complain about a 20-minute wait for food in the drive-thru last time I went to that store. Yeah, I wouldn't go to that store either, Chris. Kyle, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here, brother. And Kathy says that's an awesome way to pay it forward. And Little J Money Lifestyle Vlogs, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here.
J Money,
And,
G Money here. What's up, buddy?
You and Dan Bobby says you and Dan take up too much road. We do. Ted says I paid for a couple and we walked out together and they got into a brand new Jaguar. I mean, that's that's the risk you take sometimes. And the person behind me wasn't in a Jaguar; they were in a little Ford EcoSport. So
that is true. When I started working, working at 16 at a grocery store as a bagger, and there'd be nothing, food stamp. People would buy their food with food stamps or the WIC. And I totally agree with it 100%. And I think it's a great program. I've used it myself not the food. Well, I can't remember. Maybe food stamps a little bit when Betty and I first got together or got started. But nothing pissed me off more than somebody buying their food with the food stamps or whatnot, government assistance, and then walking their groceries out to their car, and it's a brand new, sports car or something.
Right.
I've-
Escalade.
If you can afford the car, and you don't need the assistance in the food.
Gary?
True story. It's like I totally agree with what Dan's saying. Many years ago, excuse me, I worked as a dispatcher for an HVAC company in Barrow, Delaware, and it was like a little, almost like an L-shaped, like little business park. But when I would, I had like a big window that would face the parking lot, and in the like a few doors down, but like in the middle was it was like a food pantry type thing, and I never forget, on Thursday mornings they would distribute the food to people, and you would see people pulling up in like Escalades and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, But then I'm thinking, like, I also try and be devil's advocate on that, like you would see somebody pull up in like a beat up like 72 Pontiac with a bumper hanging off. All right, that's somebody that needs the food, But you pull up in an Escalade or something like that, you wonder. But then I'm thinking, well, maybe they're picking up the food and taking it to somebody else. So there's different ways to look at it, at times. I don't know.
And my dad was a big fan of the government cheese, and apparently a lot of people are. And there's somebody, Mookie, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And thank you for coming and joining the program. I really do appreciate that. So, as Gary said, it's Pay It Forward February. And here's what I'm challenging everybody to do from my channel. And Gary, I'm sure that you're going to appreciate this as much. And I don't want to step on your toes as much because you're doing the big Pay It Forward thing. But if you do something such as what I did, paying for somebody behind you at the restaurant, or if you send off, say you're doing a live stream, and I mean nobody does this, send prizes off to people and paying it forward, Gary. I want you to do a short, and I want you to tag me in it, and I want you to do the hashtag find a way to serve. Hashtag find a way to serve.
Can you put that on your banner by chance? Do you have ability to do that right now?
Yeah.
I'm not real tech savvy.
I will do that right now, Gary. And the one thing that I really, and we're going to go into a little bit about the video that's going to be coming out on Wednesday, and Dan is really looking forward to this video. I'm looking forward to this video, and I put a lot of work into it. And Dan kind of helped me produce the video. He actually gave me all the music that I used in the video. So thank you, Dan, for helping me with that.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help.
But the one thing that I learned through the people at Wreath Across America was find a way to serve. That's not mine. They came up with that slogan, so I'm giving them all the credit. Wreath Across America came up with the slogan, but I just want to use it for this Pay It Forward February. So if you can do a short, I'm going to type it out here. Do a short and tag me in it with the hashtag find a way to serve. And I'd love to see a whole bunch of people paying it forward, because that is the way to do it, and that is the way that we help other people, and that's the way that we help make this world a better place.
That looks good. That looks good on that scroll there. That's nice.
Thank you. Ottercat says people don't know how to act anymore. Just the other day, I invited a gentleman out to the parking lot. He changed his tone with the cashier right quick and didn't leave the store till I left. Oh, let's see here. Kyle says, can I ask you guys about something? Jason, I know you're tech savvy. I went down the rabbit hole of AI and tried chat GPT a bit. Are you guys aware of that stuff? Some crazy stuff coming out. I'm aware of it, and there's a bunch of stories out there about it. I haven't used it yet, but apparently it's a new AI system that's out there, and it learns as it goes, and it's definitely very interesting technology. And where it goes, I have no idea. John, thank you so much for coming in, and appreciate you being here. And then let's see here. Jenny and Steve says, that is really something, isn't it? And then my dad says, send Paul a link to join in.
Oh, no, not Paul. Please. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, Gio, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being there.
Paul's
Let's
a good
see.
dude. I'm just busting nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now I heard something about the AI. I don't know if it's the same one that they're talking about, but it's. I'm kind of nervous about it. It's kind of scary. The way they're gonna be able to read minds and stuff. If it's the same type of AI they was talking about on the radio.
And this came out the same
wanna...
week the spy balloons were over the United States. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It seems like it's kind of new.
Well, that came out. It came out before the spy balloon.
Before the spy. They was talking about it last week, I think.
Okay.
Right. Hang on. All right, so hey, Wendy, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. Sorry about that. I just had to send a link over to Paul. He should be joining here momentarily. He's been itching at the bit to come on. I completely missed that in the chat. And he did send me an email, and I missed that as well.
I'm sure he sent you 5.
Oh, I'm sure he did. The only reason is because I got so much into this conversation, and it's very important to not only, pay it forward, but to be gracious people when we do receive something. Because when we go and we help other people, it's great. But to learn how to be gracious and to be thankful for times that we do get somebody doing something to help us out, it's nice for us to at least acknowledge the help that we got. And it doesn't even have to be help. It just has to be a form of kindness.
Yep, exactly. Like the way I look at it is a thank you is free. A compliment is free. All these little things we can do to help make, Ted, your hair looks beautiful today, or something like that. You can just a compliment, it's just
Right.
easy, basic, simple, humanity is the way I look at it.
Absolutely.
I like to show gratitude with the California howdy, middle finger. I don't But that's usually when I'm on the road and somebody cuts me off.
Absolutely. And Wendy says, I shared you out your Find a Way to Serve challenge. Thank you so much for sharing that out, Wendy. I do appreciate that.
Awesome, Wendy. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it would be nice to see some shorts coming in. Bobby says, Dan, have you gotten your share of snow this year?
We have. I mean, down in the valley, we haven't been getting that much, but our mountains have been getting pounded. We have.
And there's Paul.
Down in the valley, we haven't been getting that much, but our mountains have been getting pounded. We have.
And there's Paul.
Down in the valley, we haven't been getting that much.
Okay, Paul, you need to turn on your audio or something.
So
We have.
And there's Paul.
Down in the valley, we haven't been.
There's an echo.
Big echo.
Huge echo.
there. Is that better?
I only said it once, I promise.
Is that working now? 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4. Okay, cool.
And John says I put the shopping cart back today at Publix. I'm ahead of the game. My dad says,
I took mine back inside this Lowe's.
"Ooh, you just
Went
got
up
beaten,
ya.
Dad."
I just went up to you. Sorry. Not sorry.
I'm sorry, John. Dad says in today's world, a compliment can get you sued. Kathy, is short is a 15 to 60 second video that you take with your phone, and you just hold it up, straight up and down versus vertical, and you basically just shoot the video and then post it up on YouTube. It takes less than a minute to film, or not to film, but
Straight
to
up and
do.
down. Straight up and down is vertical, sir. Just
Oh, I'm sorry, not it. You shoot it
Horizontal.
vertical, not horizontal. Thank you, Gary.
Wait, I can't even say it now.
Gio says if I don't get the finger salute at least once a day, I think I'm doing something wrong. And it's not the finger salute. They're just letting you know you're number one.
Yep, number one.
Well,
Right.
you pay it forward. Just the way what I like to do when someone's agitated, rather than give a 1 finger salute, just give them a 2 finger kiss. Just love you too.
My dad used
There
to
you
wave
go.
all the time. Like, hi.
Where's the lab coat, Captain Crunch?
I know,
Yeah,
right?
where is it?
Oh, it's actually right there. It's there because I'm not smart right now. I'm actually eating Captain Crunch. That's why.
That's funny.
Hey, I figured out how to like eat for cheap. You go to the dollar store and you buy this bag. It's like half the size. This is how you eat diet. See,
This
You
is
don't
how
eat-
I how I diet right here, my peeps. Right here.
That's awesome.
I figured we were talking about McDonald's. This is the closest thing. I could have went to McDonald's and grabbed some McDonald's, but
You could have.
good right now,
The
Got a
budget for the
McChicken
show is
sandwich.
very, very low.
right? Yeah.
Extra mayo. Extra
No,
bacon.
no.
Yes.
No, mayonnaise does not belong on anything that's hot. Actually, mayonnaise doesn't belong. Period. Sorry. No.
Oh,
I use mayonnaise on my fries. I use it on chicken. Mayo goes on pretty much everything.
Ugh. I'm gonna eat
John
my
says that his neighbor makes freeze-dried peeps. They're great. And Ted says, well, you actually don't have to hold your phone vertically anymore to do a short, but I think that's the idea.
That's interesting. I didn't know that part.
I did not either. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me whether or not they want to be on the show. I got asked to call somebody, and I don't know if they are telling me to call them during the show so that they can be on the show, or if they want me to call after the show. So if you
we
want
should
to
call
be on
them
the
and
show,
find
you want me to,
out.
well, I mean,
Just
we
call
could.
them and ask them on the show.
Yeah, why don't you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do a special phone call. Ready?
I'm ready.
Because we're not technically in radio.
Did you put Paul in timeout?
No, I didn't put Paul in timeout.
Oh no, I muted myself.
Oh.
What I was saying is, I tried that little thing about doing a video.
Horizontally.
Yeah, if
There
you
we go.
do, it stays like that.
If it
So
goes to
what-
voicemail, I'm going to.
It would be sideways because if everybody watches the video, then it would be
Your
enough.
call has been forwarded.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
I guess they wanted to be talked to afterwards.
I guess they did.
Rejected.
Got the answer.
They're a little
Kathy
computer.
says makes our cauliflower look sick. And Wendy says she's done them not vertical.
I didn't know that was possible.
when you take when you take a clip out of your video and make it a short, it's not in vertical format. Absolutely true.
Huh.
I didn't even think about that.
I just did a short and I went vertical or horizontal with it, and it stayed horizontal. The problem with that is most people are watching them like this.
Right.
So your
and
video,
they'll probably just
you have to move your camera or move your phone to watch the video.
And they'll probably just click off of it.
Yep. Yeah. I wouldn't advise doing
because that's too much work.
Yeah, because they're too lazy to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The kids, you know, shorts are, you know.
Yeah. I hate vertical
Short
video.
attention
I
span.
hate it. Vertical video is like the scourge of my existence. But I will do it if I need to. And thank you, Junkyard Gamer. Thank you so much for being on my side of the aisle. He cannot stand watching vertical videos either. Thank you. I can't
Well, good
stand
thing
them.
is, they're not vertical videos, they're shorts.
It's still the same thing, Paul. It's still the same dang thing.
That's for vertically challenged people. Shorts.
Oh, is it?
you go.
Oh, yeah. That's probably true.
Or people who don't like wearing jeans all the time.
That's right. We could have called and asked him about his car warranty when I got him on the phone. I'll have to call him later. What do you mean you're trying to get over mayo on fries? Mayo on fries is the best.
As long as you got ketchup.
Best.
You gotta have ketchup, though.
Now in Utah, it's called fry sauce. You put the ketchup with the mayo and you mix it together, and they put it in a bottle and they call it fry sauce.
Yeah, In-N-Out Burger. That's what's on their thing too.
Is it on? Yeah, I like their
That's
special
what it
sauce.
is. It's some kind of mix of mayo and ketchup and whatever other stuff they add to it. That's all.
Right.
That is. Yeah.
YouTube automatically makes a short in vertical form. They never used to, but they changed it. My dad says, some folks have no taste. And by some folks, he means me. Because he's told me that multiple times throughout my life. So he's talking about me. Yes, and that is what I buy, Wendy. I buy the mayo chup that you can buy at the grocery store. It's basically fry sauce, and fry sauce originated from Utah. So
You're welcome.
And Junkyard Gamer says there should be a law against vertical videos, and that's my complaint. And Junkyard Gamer, I am with you there. And Wendy loves the honey racha. That sounds like something that we're going to have to do on the show. It looks like what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to the grocery store and find all the little mixes that Heinz has come up with and do a taste test. And
Arby's sauce.
whoever wants
Arby's sauce, this is the best. Arby's sauce.
Arby's
Throw
sauce.
the other stuff away. Arby's sauce. Yes.
Now I don't know about that.
Oh boy, here we go.
Although Arby's sauce is good, I will say that Arby's sauce is good. Not my favorite.
My dad says, for you, I said, all your taste is in your mouth. And thank you so much, Kyle, for reminding people to hit that thumbs up button, because absolutely it's free and it really helps out the channel. And then Wendy makes her own, so that's great too. But anybody that wants to join me in a taste test of the different mixes that you can buy, definitely let me know. Oh, wait a second.
While you're doing that, I'm looking at the title of your video here, and I'm very grateful for all my YouTube friends, and all the new friends like Dan and Paul, and I am definitely great. I'm addicted to YouTube. I will tell you that straight up. I still do it poorly, but Here I am trying to wing it. Every day I get a little bit better. Now I've got a light, makes me look bright, even though I'm not that bright. But
Ottercat says I like peanut butter, but I don't eat it on spaghetti.
What?
Oh,
Diane
hang on.
Catalano.
Oh,
And
Bro, what's up? What's
Not
going
much.
on?
how you doing, TJ?
Dude, good. Just chilling. Man, it was crazy because like I got a notification on my phone. It said you were live, but then when I went to go click on it, I guess you had just ended. I guess.
No, we're still on. We're still
Oh,
on.
are you?
You're actually live with me, Gary from Jailbait and Tackle, Paul C, and Dan the Droning Veteran.
cool.
So welcome to the show.
Oh, appreciate that. Awesome. Heck yeah.
hey, I identify
you-
as Captain
you-
Crunch,
you-
by the way.
You're eating Captain Crunch.
He identifies as Captain Crunch.
I was
Oh,
using
that's
Captain
awesome.
Crunch earlier, so yeah.
can we poll TJ while he's live? Ask him, what type of sauce does he use? Mayonnaise on fries or anything stupid like that?
Okay. So here's the thing on that. So I've seen people, and I've tried it myself. Like you go to Wendy's and you get like you dip your fries in the Frosty. I've
Yeah.
seen people do that. I've seen my sister do that. I'm like, oh my god, that looks so gross and disgusting.
No,
And she goes,
Then you do it.
it's actually, she's like, oh yeah, it's actually pretty good. So I tried. I was like, it's kind of like a sweet and salty kind of deal.
yeah. The trick is,
Yes.
I did that when I was a kid. The fries have to be hella
Oh,
hot
that's
and
funny.
crispy, and the Frosty has to be like the fruit, like it has to be just right because they have a tendency to make that stuff milky, which is nasty. I don't know why, but
Oh yeah.
when it's right and you do that and the fries hella hot, it's like I don't know, it's yeah.
Well, see, I'm kind of like in the middle between like I don't like it where it's like burning my mouth off, where I take a bite and it's literally like burning my mouth.
Well, that's what we use the
So
Frosty
I like,
for. See,
oh yeah, or just gulp down like a huge like a gallon of milk, and while it's all like pouring down your face. You're just like, oh my
not a
god,
cookie.
give me some milk. You're just like sitting there, like just chugging the whole entire gallon while it's like just spewing down your face.
oh,
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you to John for that idea.
Yeah. So look, are you coming to the South Florida drone meet, right?
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that. I don't know if it's going to fit in my schedule, but I'm still looking into that.
South
Alright,
Florida?
cool,
Did I hear South
cool.
Florida?
Yeah, I'm down in Riviera Beach, but the meetup is going to be in Jensen Beach, like that city over there in Jensen. I'm not sure. I know it's in Jensen, but I'm not exactly sure. It's like at this big park. There's they got picnic tables, and then there's a big, huge awning over it. So everybody just kind of hangs out, just mingles and flies. We're all just flying all over the place and stuff. So
Awesome. So
yeah.
and what day is that?
It's June not June. I'm sorry, April 1st.
April,
No joke
yeah.
about it.
No joke about
joke.
it. April 1st.
Yeah, no joke about it.
Okay, so it's April 1st. It's drone flying. And if you want to go fly your drone with a whole bunch of other drone pilots, it's at the Jensen Beach Park, you said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Jensen Beach Park. And what time does it start?
I think 7 a.m.
So 7 a.m., Jensen Beach Park, down there in Florida. If you are able to make it down there, definitely look out for TJ and let him know that JJDrones sent you down there because it's going to be a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be like we'll have camera drones, FPV drones, like everything. And then there's this other guy. His name's Dennis. He goes by his name's Dennis Lovelady, but he does live shows as well, and he plays his ukulele and has his drone hovering in the air at the same time.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. He did that last year too. The one it was at the same place that it's going to be at this year. And there's this other guy. His name's Bill Ronayne. He goes by Uncle Bill's Toys on YouTube.
Okay.
And he actually works at a bowling alley right near the hotel where everybody's going to be staying at. And there's this other friend of mine. Her name's Lisa Carey.
Okay.
And she goes by L.A. Casciato on YouTube. And she's got a camper, so we might stay at her camper instead of getting a hotel, because that kind of gets expensive. So
Right. Absolutely.
let's see how that goes.
All right. Well, cool, TJ. Thank you so much for calling and checking in. I do appreciate it, and I will get in touch with you after the program.
Definitely. Stay in touch, man. Anytime.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye. How was that, guys?
That's awesome. That drone meetup is really good. I really wanted to go last year, and I really wanted to go this year, but it probably won't happen again this year. But it's just a bit of a drive for me.
Is it, I don't have a calendar in front of me. I'm assuming that's a Saturday or a Sunday. Does anybody
Let
have
me look. April
on it?
1st. April 1st is
A Saturday.
April 1st is a Saturday. So
Okay.
April 1st, Saturday at Jensen Beach Park down there in Florida, starting at 7 a.m. Eastern time. If you want to do a cool drone flying, the drone community is fantastic. I mean, that's how Dan and I met. And everybody is so welcoming and inviting. Everybody is just absolutely 100% just great people. And if you're down in that area, go check it out. It's going to be a ton of fun. Even if you don't fly drones, go down there. There'll be guys that are flying FPVs, and they'll have spare goggles, and they'll let you, basically fly with them. And Dan can kind of talk to that, how that works.
Yeah, and it's a good time down there. I watched just about all the videos from that was posted last year, and I was so jealous because I so wanted to be there. But
What can I ask what an FPV is? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, an FPV is a first-person view drone, and they're different from like the GPS camera drones like I use. They're faster and they're more aerobatic, I guess you could say. But and they are used more for like racing and stuff like that. But Dan's got 2 FPV drones, so why don't you tell Gary a little bit about your FPV drones?
well, mine are the wannabe FPV drones, but
Right.
But yeah, you can do flips, barrel rolls, and loop-de-loops, and have a good old time with them. I've never done that yet. I've been too chicken, but when it warms up, I will.
Hey,
I just need a little more practice.
Hey, ET Travel Freely, thank you so much for coming in. And Wendy, thank you so much for coming in. I do appreciate the fact that you were here today. So I did want to get a little bit into what's coming up this week. Is Wednesday is going to be the final video of my series on Wreaths across America. Everything has been building up to this day. We had basically the drive from Wisconsin up to Maine, and then Maine down to Tennessee. And then this video is going to be the actual day where I go and deliver the wreaths to the cemetery. And I have put a lot of work and effort into editing this video, and I hope that all of you that are here will go and watch the premiere on Wednesday. I had a lot of help from Dan. He helped me pick out the music for the video, so thank you, Dan, again for helping me do that. I couldn't have done it without you. And I'll tell you right now, it's I know that everybody's proud of their videos. Everybody makes their videos and make it to the best of their abilities, and it's basically like their children. Everybody thinks that their children is the best, but I truly believe that this video that is coming out on Wednesday is probably the most emotional, probably the most insightful. Well, not insightful, but it's definitely a really good video. Sheena's Keto for Life, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it. There's drone footage, there's driving footage, there's interviews. It's going to be a great video. So I hope all of you can make it 7 p.m. on Central Time on Wednesday. And that is going to be, what day is that, Dan?
That is Wednesday.
That is Wednesday the 3rd. Or no, I'm sorry, the 8th.
Yeah.
Wednesday the 8th. And I'm so proud of it right now. So that's why I'm really promoting it. And there's going to be another video that Ted and I are going to be doing that's going to be kind of a premiere. Well, it's not going to be a kind of a premiere. It's going to be a recorded video podcast again. We're going to be teaming up with City Sticker Chris. So look forward to that. And then the other thing that I was going to mention is every time that I've closed out a live stream, you've been able to go back and watch the replay right away. After Ted and I did our research, what I'm going to do is after the live stream is ended, I'm going to put it private. And then after YouTube goes and does all of its processing, and they make it available for actual getting watch hours, then I will release the video again. So if you try and go back and you can't find the live stream, that's why. Paul, what do you got?
Well, oops, not that. Here, want to see a little FPV action? Here you go. There you go. There you go. That's an FPV drone right there.
Wow.
Yep, that's what an FPV drone can do.
Yep. And as long as you're really good, you don't kill your... Yeah.
And look at the guy's fingers while he's controlling that thing.
Yeah. Look at
Absolutely insane.
Look at that.
Look at him go.
Oh, he touched
he
out.
bumped it. He touched it.
Get dizzy watching this thing. Holy hell. That dude's nuts. And this isn't even on fat. Wait. Yeah, it's normal speed. Okay, just checking. Look at that. Woo!
John, thank you for thank you so much for coming in, John. I appreciate you being here tonight.
We had an incident down here where I used to live, the neighborhood I used to live in, and there was this crazy guy. He lived on a main road, and he was an ongoing problem, and basically they had to call out the SWAT team and everything, and he did some just stupid stuff, but they used the drones to fly all around this house to try and look in windows and just try and get as much intel as possible. And I'm sure that's more prominent in today's times now with the drone technology.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, they'll use drones in law enforcement all the time for stuff like that because it's actually safer for them to do it that way. And it's usually, and drones can be used, and they have been used in a lot of searches and rescues and stuff like that. If you get a FLIR camera for one of your drones, I mean, you can use that for search and rescue all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. It's just absolutely fantastic. Jenny and Steve, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. Ted says that John has some great aerial footage on his last video, but it was from a helicopter. And that is a completely different can of worms that I probably shouldn't get into right now, because you can fly a helicopter, or you can be in a helicopter and take all the footage you want, but if you want to fly a drone, you gotta go through like 100 different steps. But that's neither here nor there.
Here nor there.
Where'd you go, Paul?
He's sneezing.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Sneeze attack, man.
Captain Crunch sneeze.
Chris says a friend had a drone
power
flying above
of
his
the
house taking
captain.
pics, so he shot it down. Well, I hope that your friend, I hope your friend has a good attorney. That's a federal offense.
What? Shooting down can we shoot down Chinese spy balloon thingies too?
Apparently not.
You
unless
can't
it's over
shoot
the
down
ocean.
drones. Thank you so much, Bobby, for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And Junkyard Gamer, thank you so much for coming in. Have a good night. I appreciate you being here.
Gamer.
Just so you know, do not, even though the state senator or representative up there in Wyoming says it's okay to shoot down a drone, do not do it. It is against federal law. Every drone that's registered is no different than a Cessna or anything else. It is a federally registered aircraft, and if you shoot it down, you're going to get arrested, or if you get caught, you can be arrested and put in jail for it. I mean, that's just how it is. But I mean, if a drone is flying over somebody's house and like looking in the windows and stuff like that, there's already laws against that. Call the police and let them handle it.
Shoot it down.
That's the best advice that I can give you. We're getting towards the end of our hour, though. So Dan, Gary, and Paul, do you have anything to add before we close out the show tonight?
You keep misnaming me. Hello.
I'm sorry, Captain Crunch.
Louise. Killing me, man.
I have a message. Just like
Yes.
your stroll says, do a short and tag JJ Drones with the hashtag find a way to serve, so you can do something in February to pay it forward. He wants to see your video. He's going to try and document it. I'm sure he's going to follow up with some good things. So pay it forward can be done in so many ways. Cup of coffee, a dozen donuts to the fire department, what have you. A new lab coat for somebody, whatever. You can just do something special for anybody. But anyway, do a video on that, a short video, and that's all I got to say. Peace.
Thank you, Gary. And that is going to go on my community tab, and I bet you any money that if Gary sees it on my community tab, he's going to share it on his. So definitely make sure that you do that you tag me in it. You do the hashtag find a way to serve, and we are going to share you out like crazy. Captain Crunch.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add before we close it out?
Yes. Hold on, I was thinking about something and I totally forgot what I was thinking about. So,
okay, Dan,
You're
do you
having
have
a
anything?
Dan moment. Yeah, just have a great week, everybody, and don't do anything stupid.
Because Dan will catch it on his camera on his.
I might.
And we are going to have a new feature to the program that we're going to add hopefully in the next live stream. It's going to be Blinker Fluid of the Week Award, and Dan's going to be working on that for me.
What was the kid you had training?
Okay, so let me take back what I said, and if you're in the Utah area, do something bad so I can catch it on camera. Gonna need some help with this, please.
What was the kid you were training, Jason? I forget his name. Ryan.
Ryan.
Something? Ryan.
Yep, Ryan.
Yeah, blinker fluid. That's funny. That's good stuff. That's almost as good as what do they call that?
Hang on. I'm actually going to go grab something real quick. Captain Crunch, go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Oh, what was it? I was going to say something.
Captain, can we get a drum roll, please?
Drum roll. Hold on, I got one. Or here, how about let's go. How about this one? Here we go. Here's some news. All right, go for it, G.
Blinker fluid.
Blinker fluid. Nice.
Every week, somebody is going to win the Blinker Fluid of the Week award, and Dan is going to give us 3 options, and then the chat is going to vote from those 3 options. So look forward to that feature starting next week on the JJDrones live stream.
That's like the Darwin Awards. I love it, man. That's awesome.
Get your blinker fluid. Maximum strength. Yeah.
Does it come in different colors?
It does.
And flavors. And flavors. If you're so inclined to drink it, you can get the different flavors and colors.
Amber and white.
Amber and red. Amber and red.
red. Sorry, not white.
Pay it forward. Buy one for a driver near you.
That's
somewhere
right.
in your town. Pay it forward.
At JJDrones360live.com. Or what's your website?
Christian says, help Jason out by playing the video again later for his watch time. Live streams don't count towards it, and that's why I said I'm going to make the video private until it's actually processed, and then I will release the replay of the live stream. Kathy says, we had our granddaughter go to the store and ask for blinker fluid. She is still not talking to us.
Oh, snap.
I worked with a guy once. This guy was a bigwig in New York State Police, and then he was the chief of police of Utica Police Department somewhere in New York and everything. And his girlfriend, significant other, whatever, he'd been kind of sick. She told him to go to the drugstore and get something called Ester C or something. And he went in there and asked for ecstasy because he misunderstood. And they were like, what? He goes, yeah, I want to get some ecstasy. And it didn't go over too well.
Sibiana Girl 1992, thank you so much for coming in and appreciate you being here. But I'm sorry, we're getting ready to close out the program. In fact, gentlemen, I'm going to put you back stage and then talk to you right after I close the show out. All right, so it's going to be fun next Sunday with that blinker fluid of the week award. I just think it's going to be hilarious. And Ted says, go get the sky hook was another good one. So go get the sky hook. Anyways, I appreciate all of you for being here. I hope to see most of you, if not all of you, on Wednesday at my my premiere of the video from Wreath Across America. It's going to be a fantastic video. I promise you that. I've never put in so much work to one video, and man, I really hope that you guys enjoy it. Christian, we will see you Wednesday night, and all of you, thank you so much for coming along for this ride with me, and we'll see you later on down the road. Bye, everybody.